know about you, but networking has been a key part of my marketing strategy. I enjoy meeting new people, hearing their stories, and feeding off their enthusiastic energy. But the virus that shall not be named took the networking thing away from me, from all of us. So I had to rethink my approach. I was actually meant to run a face-to-face workshop on networking for beginners, and that was meant to be funded by City of Parramatta. But when this virus hit, those plans went out the window. So I changed the topic to virtual networking for beginners and turned it into a virtual workshop, which is like a webinar, but I feel like it's got more personality and interaction. And it was very well received. So in today's episode of Marketing and Me, I wanted to go through my virtual networking tips with you. We don't really know when our networking groups will be back to normal, so these tips will carry you through and ensure you can continue to grow your business during these uncertain times. And when things do go back to normal, these tips will definitely remain relevant to help you keep top of mind with your potential and current clients. So let's jump into the episode. Welcome to the Marketing and Me podcast. If you're eager to grow your health and wellness business via effective marketing methods while maintaining your own health and wellness, this podcast is for you. I'm your host, Leanne Shelton, health and wellness copywriter and content coach at Right Time Marketing. So yes, today is all about virtual networking. In other words, creating a strong digital presence. As I mentioned in the intro, I had to turn a whole bunch of face-to-face workshops into virtual workshops due to the virus. And I also changed a 6-week face-to-face marketing masterclass into a 6-week online course with a Facebook group. Yes, I didn't have to do any of these changes, but I knew I had to seek opportunities and find some light in the dark tunnel of uncertainty. And you know what? It's challenged me, and in a good way. Because, I did actually intend to start doing webinars and online courses later in the year. I was thinking, 6 months down the track. But suddenly I was in this position where I could try them out right now and be paid by the local council who needed to fulfill their quota. And I was able to offer something for free to many struggling business owners out there. So it was a win-win-win for the council, for the business owners, and for me. And it's given me something to focus on throughout all the homeschooling and all the ups and downs the past couple of months. And it's kept me feeling empowered and inspired. So the 6-week online course for building digital visibility, it's currently underway and has over 100 people in it. I think it's about 104 I end up letting in. There's no way I would have had that many people show up if it was a face-to-face workshop where they would have had to go every Tuesday night out to Parramatta. There was the time constraint, there was the location constraint. Suddenly now I'm able to get in front of 100 people. And so as a follow-on to that, I'm looking into setting up, this is a bit of a sneak peek, a paid membership group. And that's something else I've been pondering about. So yes, if you're loving this podcast, which I hope you are, and you're interested in developing your marketing mindset and knowledge via training from both me and other marketing experts, along with group coaching calls and opportunities to have copy edited for free, plus more, then pop me an email to Leanne, L-E-A, I keep going to spell my name, Leanne at righttimemarketing.com.au with membership waitlist in the subject line, and I'll keep you posted. But anyway, that's enough about me. Let's get into this virtual networking thing. I have a range of tips for you to help you build your online presence, either now or after things go back to the old normal, if there ever is an old normal. Okay, so first tip is make the most of those business cards. So if you're like me, you may have collected some business cards from networking events you've been to in the past, and maybe you haven't done anything with them. That's okay. Now is the time to take action. Reach out to those people by calling or emailing if you feel more comfortable, and set up a coffee chat via Zoom if you can't quite get into a cafe just yet, and talk about that potential collaboration or future work together. Or just chat about general stuff like how you're managing or manage in the current climate. In addition, send a request to those people via LinkedIn. And if you have a CRM, add them and notes about the correspondence just to keep you on track going forward. The next one is to reach out to old and current clients. I think these days people just don't pick up the phone enough. So honestly, especially while they're being a bit isolated, pick up the phone and call that old or current client who you may have otherwise only been emailing, or maybe they've only been receiving your newsletters but haven't actually heard from you directly. But don't go in with this sales approach. Take it as an opportunity to reconnect, re-engage, and see how they're going. Look, you can insert a mention of a refer a friend deal if they come across anyone needing your products or services, or mention something you've got coming up, like an online course or webinar, etc. But just keep in mind that's not the purpose of your call. If you keep that in mind, it won't come across that way. Yes, but if phone calls are a bit too tricky for whatever reason, they've got young kids at home, then just even sending a personalized email can make a world of difference. Another thing you can do right now is connect with like-minded business owners. So whether you've heard about them, seen them mentioned in a Facebook group, connected on LinkedIn, or met in real life, it's okay to reach out to others in the same industry. You never know, there might be opportunities to collaborate on a new project or support one another by referring work if someone has an overflow. Look, me personally, I'm, as I mentioned before, in a copywriting community. Once upon a time, before I joined, I thought, how does this thing work? Aren't we all competitors? Shouldn't be like wary of each other? But not at all. I have had many opportunities to refer work to them and vice versa, offer support. We've all got different niches. We all specialize in different things and different styles of writing. And there's plenty of opportunities to collaborate. So definitely don't just disregard those people. You just never know what opportunities are on the horizon. Another virtual networking tip is to send some cold emails. So do you have a dream client you'd love to work with? If you do some research about them, check out their website and socials. Maybe you can see there's some gaps that you could fill. Or maybe you've worked with similar clients who have benefited from you and you want to help them out as well. Think you can help them out as well. So type and send a personalized email explaining how you can help and propose a Zoom chat to discuss. Now, some people worry about this because, we often get cold email spam to us. But the thing is, it's very obvious when it's a spam email. It's not personalized. It looks like it's been sent to everyone. If you take the time to, for example, find the key person who you need to be in touch with, their name, and also if you can, like I said, go to their website and socials and actually refer to something from their website or something they've shared on social media, it just makes your email stand out. And be mindful of the subject line as well so it doesn't come across as something annoying or salesy. Another virtual tip is to create your own virtual gatherings. So you can set up a Facebook event, for example, to host your own virtual networking session via Zoom. Like I turned my meetup groups into virtual meetups. I wasn't going to go months without seeing my group, and all these friendly faces. So you don't need to set up a meetup group. You can just go, hey, I'm just going to set up some sort of online session and invite like-minded business owners like yourself. It could be a same industry thing, like a collaboration thing. It could be just some very inspiring business owners that you've met that you think there'd be a really good buzz to this conversation. So then you can create like a loose agenda. You can have a guest speaker, or maybe that's just you talking about a certain topic. And, a general discussion is also fine. And encourage everyone to interact in the chat box, swap LinkedIn links and email addresses. Once again, you're then connecting opportunities to meet new people online, just like you would in a face-to-face networking event. And you can even, as a host, encourage them to buddy up with one another. You can do the breakout room system as well. And you just, maybe even encourage people to have an accountability buddy. If you are, for example, giving tips in that session, then an accountability buddy could keep them on track. Another thing you can do is Facebook Lives. I know many people are scared of this, but right now, if you can't be out there showing your face in person, showing on your Facebook business page is very important. Even if you're just giving updates on your business and life status without oversharing, if you're not working at the moment, or you could share shifts you're making in your business, share tips for people. What could they learn from your industry, from what you've learned, things like that. Because, it could be a while before all these people see you in person again. So make sure they don't forget what you look like. And you never know who is watching, who is following. After seeing some of your Facebook Lives, that it just builds up, how much they like, know, and trust you. It might just be the push they need to go ahead and do business with you. Another idea is to keep an eye out for virtual interaction opportunities. So it could be other online networking groups, setting up events like I just mentioned before, or it could be a Facebook group that's setting up some sort of chats, or maybe you're part of a paid membership group, for example, or a Facebook group that often do have live Q&A sessions or something, and you haven't got involved before. This is the time to get involved and show your face and interact. You just never know who you could virtually bump into. If you can, I recommend getting in as soon as possible, like couple of minutes before it officially starts, for example, just so then you can even score extra time to bond with the host and just kind of show your presence a little bit more. I also advise to bring a positive attitude and to keep smiling, because sometimes people forget on Zoom videos that they're being looked at all the time and they've got this resting bored face, I like to call it. So just smile when you're in a Zoom community. I also recommend right now, or for any time, put your hand up for guest blogging and podcasting opportunities, because that's a way to get yourself in front of a new audience and share your expertise. So like all of my guests, that's what happens. It's another win-win, because I learn from them, the audience gets to learn from them, and they get to get a bit of business exposure. So definitely, look, if you're in marketing, health and wellness, and you think you'd be great for my podcast, pop me an email. I'd love to hear from you. But also in terms of blogging. So, I love my blogging stuff. That's another way you can share your expertise, get across a different audience, and you just never know the connections you can make as a result. Free to do, but quite effective. I also recommend searching for new business Facebook groups. You might be in some, you might be in none, but there's many out there, and now's the time to be part of them. But not just lurk as well, to actually engage. So comment, ask questions, do Facebook Lives if you're encouraged to do Facebook Lives. Recommend other people. If people asking for recommendations of tradies, of other people put their names forward. It makes you look good because you're helping out, but also your name keeps popping up and your photo, your profile pic should look like you, nice and clear. And it's just another way for people to get to know you online. I'm now moving into LinkedIn, because you can't talk about virtual networking without doing LinkedIn. So first of all, in this area, you need to work on your profile. Even if I love about pages on websites. I think it's really good for showing the human element behind the business. That's what LinkedIn's all about. It's not just a CV anymore, although there are some sections there that let you put in your education and career background and skills. It's another way for people to bond with you. So in the About section, for example, that's where I recommend putting in all in first person. So saying I this, I that. Make it really engaging and conversational. You've got quite a big word limit there, and just use it all up as much as you can. Because if you get if someone gets a connection request from you, for example, or they search for you, this could be what encourages them to, one, accept the connection request, or two, even just reach out to you and organize a chat. So I've talked about more of this stuff in the LinkedIn episode, Learn to Love LinkedIn. So go back and listen to that if you haven't already, but definitely get onto that. And, the recommendations feature as well. So make sure that you're recommending other people and asking people to recommend you. Don't be scared of that. And creating an LinkedIn community. So this is like LinkedIn groups, just like Facebook. It's an opportunity to get people together, a like-minded group. You can build valuable connections and potential collaborations, or even find clients in that group. And that's something I want to start playing around with a bit more. And of course, just like with networking, you want to go and meet new people. You can also find new people on LinkedIn by searching for them, going to the My Network tab and looking at recommendations, searching for different keywords and industries, and start connecting with them. And send those personalized messages when you connect, of course. And then once you do connect, thank them by doing a voice message, because once again, that's just another way of being human with it all. And it's really, it's sometimes going to be quicker to say it than to type it, because you can overthink it. And I mentioned before about the 5 different types of posts that you can do, but just to go over them again, there's like the long form storytelling. So share something about you or a client you've helped, and they can be a bit of a lengthy thing with some sort of question at the end to encourage interaction. Videos, look, networking, it's all about, getting your face out there. So get that video happening on LinkedIn. Share those tips, captions or no captions. Don't get caught up with all that. Just get some of those videos happening. Also, you can ask for advice on these posts. People love giving their opinions. Social proof, so share those testimonials and Google reviews. And of course, the call to actions, you can occasionally sell your products or services. So those are just my brainstormed virtual networking tips. Once you can start meeting people in person, which I'm hoping is very soon, then all these tips can be continued, because really you need to keep all this stuff happening in the background, especially if you connect with them on LinkedIn. You want people to keep seeing you online, keep being reminded that you're around, reaching out to them in email, all these different touch points, because it takes approximately 7 touch points before someone buys from you. So whether they're buying from you or trusting you enough to refer people to you, it's all very important. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. I will put all that in the show notes, so don't worry if you got lost at any point, because yes, when it's my own episode, I do like to script it, so you'll have the transcript, so don't worry. But thank you so much for tuning in. You can find those notes at marketingandme.com.au. And if you enjoyed listening, please subscribe and leave me a rating and review on iTunes or wherever you listen to this pod. You're also welcome to join the Marketing Me podcast Facebook group to ask questions and discuss recent episodes. And definitely, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. Just search for Leanne Shelton. I'll be more than happy to become your latest connection friend. And if you want to learn more about content marketing strategies or outsource it to me, head to my website, righttimemarketing.com.au, and book in a free 30-minute discovery call. Also remember, if you're interested in the paid membership group I've got coming up in the new financial year, please send me an email to Leanne at righttimemarketing.com.au with membership waitlist in the subject line. Awesome. Okay, well, until next time, I wish you good health and good wealth.